Guys, so in today's video we are going to see how we can use computer using agents for making agents to use our computer based on the input text prompts. So in this video we are going to see there's a model called CUA by OpenAI that was released around January 23, and we are going to use it and see a sample demo app where we can just give a text prompt and the agent would be able to use your complete operating system based on the input prompt that you have given. So to talk about how it works, so generally it takes task as input, and if there's a screenshot as the image, it can be also given as input. Then it identifies what action needs to be taken, and those commands are sent to the virtual machine or to the system where you want to execute the actions to take those actions, and step by step it would keep on taking the screenshot, and this loop would continue to happen. So here are some benchmarks as well. So there are these benchmarks which are available where we can see some of the scores that are given. So OpenAI is one. There are like other Kua models also available. So there is this one which was very recently released. So we can see on the OS World benchmark it has received like the highest points, 45 accuracy it has achieved. So there are like a couple of other as well, but today in this video we are going to explore the one which OpenAI has uh, provided to us using API. And we now come to the documentation part of computer use agents building, so we can perform the tasks and all. So they also have attached a sample app. So this is the one that we are going to use for today's demo. Now it is also saying to set up the environment. So there are two ways. Either we can use like a browser window as our place where we want to execute the actions, or we can also set up like a local virtual machine. Why we are setting up a local virtual machine? Because these agents are very risky because it can take any action. So it is advised not to use it on your actual system since it is in beta mode right now. So that's why we deploy like a virtual machine or a different browsing agent, which is completely isolated from your main system. Again, the same thing is explained over here, key how it works. So we'll be writing like simple Python script and all to use the agent. So we have to specify the model name and also the resolution and all to get the agent do the work as asked. So now we would be going to the sample app that is provided by OpenAI. So this is the OpenCoa sample app. And here we can see there are some of the steps which are mentioned to set up the profile, set up the repo. So first we have to activate the virtual environment, install all the requirements. We can use the CLI tool. So after that we specify this computer flag and specify what where we need to get the actions executed. So local playwright is like a isolated browsing application. So we can like deploy like a local Chromium based browser as well where the actions can get executed, or otherwise we can also install like a Docker based Linux environment. So these details are specified over here, what all platforms are available. So in today's video we are going to use this as the end computer to spin up the environment and make the agent or OpenCoa model take actions on top of it. So I'll be using essentially this command to run our demo today. So I have cloned the repo on my system. As we can see over here, we have to set up this .env file for setting up the OpenAI key and all. But one more thing to take notice of, we need to get the access of this open like Kua model. So I was able to like get in touch with the OpenAI team to get the early access of this model. In general, it won't be provided to you, so you might have to do the same thing to get the access. And now we are going to execute the steps one by one. So let me open the terminal. So I've already like activated the virtual environment.env as it was described in the readme file, and I'm going to use this CLI command to set it up. So one more thing, when I was like using this command, so there were like some issues and all that I made the changes for. So to make all the libraries available to use, so we have to like modify some of the files. So in init file of computers, I've added all these things as you can see, and second init file in default we have added this, and then there's local playwright. So this is for the browser if we had to use like the browser virtual environment for taking action. So in this Docker demo it's not required actually. So maybe only these things you would required to do. In all section you have to specify Docker computer, and that should be it. Now let me start it. So before like starting it, let's see if we already have the Docker started. So right now it's not started, so we have to also like run the Docker. So before this I would like run the Docker run command. So Docker run command goes something like this. uh, like this you can like run the Docker which was available. So Docker file also is available in the repo itself. It spins up a Ubuntu based instance to do, and there was like a build command also. So maybe I can just show what I did to build. So this was a simple build command, docker build -t Kua sample app. So this simple command was used to build the system, the Docker, and now the container is running. As you can also see here, this thing is now running. So now let me run the command to interact with this Docker file, and to do that we can also open like a VNC session, because as the thing got invoked, it creates like a new VNC session. So let me open something to run that up. So I'll be opening like a screen sharing no VNC session. So So let me enter secret over here. Okay, so now let's try to invoke the client and execute the taskbar agent. So in this video, let's try to search for RML founders and let's try to get the name of the founders. So Traction is a website where generally the company details are found. So first of all, it took a screenshot, as you can also see it on my second screen. Then it tried to open the browser, and I think now it would be searching for the names of the founder of RML in the URL bar, waiting and analyzing the screenshot to take next action. Now it has automatically searched for the founders and also has specified the site name. So it is doing all of this all by itself. It has clicked the button to open up the website. Now ideally it should take a second screenshot to analyze the data and give back the response to us. So this is a screenshot it took. So as you can see, it has returned with a response. Founders of RML are Arjun and Ayush, and it is asking if we want more information. Let's say no thanks, and let it complete the flow. So this is how we can get the agents to work for us in our operating system or maybe a browser. So we can just give the agents any commands and it would be able to do the work for us. So again, this is in very nascent phase right now and the process is quite slow as we saw, but I'm quite sure in coming up future it is going to improve its performance. And recently I also read a very recent paper by Apple, Ultra Kua, and it was more about improving the speed of these agents, not just using the screenshot way where you're taking the screenshot and then performing action. It is like a hybrid approach where along with the screenshot way, it is also including the MCP servers to take action, and in a hybrid way it automatically decides where the action should be taken, either through the MCP servers or through the screenshot way. So looking forward to trying all of these models once it is out. And yeah, that's it for the video today. Thank you.